to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
That's how we do it.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
We got three. 17, guys. Check it
2
out.
minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And on the ground they go with the running back. Got some room at the 30. And all the way up to the 35-yard line. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They go play action here on first down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Darnold from the gun. Caught left side, Bennett. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Detroit!
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. He's going to field this at the 4. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to let this one go deep. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set them back 5. The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 2nd down, Darnold. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it, but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 16. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56. Detroit!
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out come the Bills now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Check 24. Watch it. Switch. No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 3rd down, this is Howard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Bills 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
You ain't going nowhere. Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st, they go right back to Howard. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gun! Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll run it on the toss. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On play action, they'll throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off near his own 48. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And they'll run it here. Uses the spin. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Wide open. It's Allen, complete. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now back to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
It's just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. Finding room inside the 40. And he cuts it out to the sideline. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. Now, that player is able to get on the run.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 44 yards.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Complete. It's Henry. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Melvin Gordon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Now the extra point try forthcoming. The extra point up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility.
Under a heavy rush, rushing down he goes.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Darnold now to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw. And some strong running. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
No, check, Patriot!
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that will get him one closer. Lutz now to kick this one away. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now. and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Bills on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Now it's Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Well, they do get 5 there, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers getting set to go, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league, totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Back to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Gets past him at the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll go with the keeper. The sneak doesn't quite get him there. He gets 2. Now it's 4th and a yard. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. It's a quarterback sneak, and he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the 2-point try. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Right back to him on first down. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now they'll run it on the toss. Pretty move. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Bills on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Second and goal from the 6 this time. And Darnold wants to throw the football. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Desmond King picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there, 44 yards. And the Bills turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point up and through. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Matt Milano. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Matt Milano in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Tighten up. Over.
Right now, I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping all sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, it ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the leader. Getting down on the. She's a keeper. No burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot put no zeros. Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I'm a I am a boss in the cut. Mayday. Bubbles and These models are it's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you can see the boss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock